The iconic Afghan girl with the green eyes from the cover of the 1985 National Geographic has been given safe haven in Italy after fleeing the Taliban. Sharbat Gula became the face of the Afghan war after her piercing green eyes were captured in an iconic photograph taken in a Pakistan refugee camp when she was just 12. Years later, Gula was arrested in Pakistan in 2016 for living in the country on fraudulent identity papers and deported back to war-torn Afghanistan. But Gula, a widowed mother of 4, has finally found her safe haven after arriving in Italy as part of the West's evacuation of Afghans following the Taliban takeover of the country, the Italian government said on Thursday. The office of Premier Mario Draghi said Italy organized the evacuation of Gula after she asked to be helped to leave the country. The Italian government will now help to get her integrated into life in Italy, the statement said. Gula gained international fame in 1984 as an Afghan refugee girl, after war photographer Steve McCurry's photograph of her, with piercing green eyes, was published on the cover of National Geographic. An FBI analyst, forensic sculptor and the inventor of iris recognition all verified her identity, National Geographic said at the time. In 2014, she surfaced in Pakistan but went into hiding when authorities accused her of buying a fake Pakistani identity card in an effort to live in the country. She was arrested in 2016 and a Pakistani court ordered her to be deported back to Afghanistan. The illiterate mother of 4, now aged in her 40s, was also sentenced her to 15 days in jail and a 110,000 Pakistani rupee, £841, fine. Gula and her 4 children were handed over to Afghan authorities at the Torkham border crossing, about 37 miles northwest of Peshawar, Pakistan. She looked visibly unhappy and before crossing, turned once to look back at Pakistan, her home of many years, and murmured good wishes for the Pakistani people, according to 2 customs officials at the scene. From there she was flown to Kabul where President Ashraf Ghani and his wife Rula hosted a reception for Gula at the presidential palace and handed her keys to a new apartment. As a child, she captured the hearts of millions because she was the symbol of displacement, Ghani said of Gula at the time. The enormous beauty, the enormous energy that she projected from her face captured hearts and became one of the most famous photographs of the 1980s and up until the 1990s. Ghani added, "It is a privilege for me to welcome her. We are proud to see that she lives with dignity and with security in her homeland." The 1985 National Geographic image of Gula, then aged 12, became the most famous cover in the magazine's history. After a 17-year search, the photographer Steve McCurry tracked Gula down to a remote Afghan village in 2002 where she was married to a baker and the mother of 3 daughters at the time. Gula, who is suffering from hepatitis C, has told media her husband passed away several years ago. Italy was one of several Western countries that airlifted hundreds of Afghans out of the country following the departure of US forces and the Taliban takeover in August. Since seizing power, Taliban leaders have said they would respect women's rights in accordance with Sharia, or Islamic law. But under Taliban rule from 1996 to 2001, women could not work and girls were banned from school. Women had to cover their faces and be accompanied by a male relative when they left home.